as the principal of a school, if you are not relating with the students in the school that you manage with the mind that one day you are going to leave that particular institution, you are actually going to be selling your children. And permit me to say this, that there's nothing that begins that does not have an end. I think that title is only reserved for God, the Alpha, Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last. But for every office that man occupies, death itself is another system, an entity that God has put in place to insist that there is no position that really lasts forever. So I'm not talking about death now, but I'm just trying to emphasize the fact that there's no position you sit on that would eventually not necessitate that you leave for another to occupy. And this is where it scares me when I see school principals, who actually relate with their students like these guys are going to be young forever. For God's sake, every man and woman that you know were once teenagers. Every father and mother you see bringing keys to your school were once children themselves. So one of the best things you can do as the principal of a school is to have a foresight, is to intentionally, because a lot of people actually do not do this. So it takes an intentional act to look beyond the present, to see that these guys, these students, under, by the grace of God that God has put in your institution as stars in the making, these guys are going to be captains of industries later. It matters what you permit in their space. I've said this over the years, and I think I should say it again, that every terrorist came from a family. Not one is left out. Everybody we know that is giving the society a restless moment came from a family. And by God's grace, the school is one of those institutions that God has put in place that when people pass through, they should actually come out at the other side being a blessing to the society. But you see, things like this do not automatically happen. So it scares me out that principals of schools are not intentional in their dealings. I don't know. I've tried to check this, like from GSS1 now in the Nigerian system. These are the systems we use. These are the systems of grading and class levels like that. For the secondary school, the high school, we have GSS1, junior secondary school 1 to SS3, senior secondary school 3. And it amazes me how that, listen, I remember one of the schools I used to go to, I will not mention name, and I said it in one of my videos that we came to school on Friday. I was privileged, and I just left the school as a matter of fact, after 8 years of consistently visiting the school for fellowships. One of the Fridays we came for fellowship, and then there was this particular girl and her sister. When I came on Monday to the school, for some reason the girl was already in the United States. So we are not saying that every student under your watch will actually finish in that institution. There may be many reasons they will leave the school. Relocation, transition. They are now done with the high school setting and they needed to move forward. Many reasons that you cannot even begin to name all of them. But the truth of the matter is that as a principal, you must have the generation next in mind. It is when you are planning to start retiring or resting, as you want to call it, is when these guys are going to be coming to their prime. And they will remember. If there's anything I know about young people, is that they will remember. Actually, our brain was wired by God intentionally to understand as we grow. There are many young people, thank God for people like, people who are into teenage ministry, people who have assignments for teenagers, organizations like Student Planet, God bless them. But I'm saying that a lot of young people do not want to learn, but life was designed in a way to make you learn as you grow. Pain is one of the necessary tools that God uses to make young people understand as they grow. And as they begin to understand, they will look back. they will actually look back. They will look back at teachers who lied to them. They will look back at school principals who had the chance to mentor them correctly, or who had the privilege to bring into their space what could thoroughly prepare them for the destinies that they have, and who never did, who actually went after things that would profit the school monetarily, that would benefit the school or their own pocket. And so this is my charge. If you are watching this, you are close to a school owner, you could share this video to them. If you are watching this, you are the principal of a school, I am appealing to you, please do the best you can and leave the rest. These guys will remember as they grow. They will remember, and I pray that God will help you in the name of Jesus. Amen.